We're cutting the carbs on this Cajun classic coming up next on the Idea Plate. We have a high reverence for jambalaya in my close circle of friends. In fact, we've celebrated many gatherings and parties over a good bowl of this Cajun classic. Simply put, I just wanted to see what it would be like if we replaced the rice with riced cauliflower. So let's jump into the recipe. First, add 1 to 2 teaspoons of olive oil to a large stock pot on medium heat. Then brown 1 pound of smoked turkey sausage cut into 1/4 inch thick moons. Once browned, remove from the pot and set aside. Next, add 1½ pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs, cut into 1-inch pieces and season with 1 teaspoon of Cajun seasoning. Cook until no longer pink, then remove and set aside. All right, we've browned our proteins. Now let's start building some flavors with our vegetables. This is a classic blend of veg, except for the addition of poblano pepper, which really adds a lot of flavor to this dish. Heat an additional teaspoon of olive oil in the pot, then add 1 diced Vidalia onion and 1 diced celery rib. Cook for 1 to 2 minutes and then add your peppers, which consist of 1 diced poblano, red, and green pepper. Cook for an additional 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, one of the things I love about this recipe is as all these vegetables are sweating down, they create enough moisture and steam to naturally deglaze the bottom of this pot so that all that flavor from the brown sausage and chicken goes right into those vegetables. Next, we'll add our liquids with a 1/2 cup of chicken stock, 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, then fill the can with 8 ounces of lager and pour into the pot. Quick tip, I like to use a little beer in this recipe, and lager is definitely a good choice. If you are using a different beer, I would stay away from IPA as it will make it taste very bitter. And if you don't want any beer, you can just substitute with a little chicken stock. After the liquid, add 2 cups of riced cauliflower. I'm using fresh. If you're using frozen, you may want to reduce your chicken stock to 1/4 of a cup. Next, season with 2 teaspoons of Cajun seasoning, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, and 1 teaspoon of dried thyme. Mix in your spices, then add the chicken and sausage back to the pot and stir to incorporate. Then add 3 bay leaves, cover, and simmer for about an hour. Once you've got everything incorporated, you may notice that it's actually pretty hard to turn it with all the vegetables and proteins. Keep that cover, simmer for about an hour, and what you'll notice is as those vegetables melt down, start to absorb all that liquid and all those spices, everything should stir actually quite easily, and that's when you know you're just about done. To finish the dish, I like to add a little Tabasco at the end and about 1/3 to 1/2 cup of shredded cheese to thicken it a little. Garnish with some fresh chopped parsley and enjoy. All right, y'all, this jambalaya turned out fantastic. That smoked sausage, that seasoned chicken, all of the herbs, spices, and vegetables, everything was fantastic. We didn't miss the rice at all. In fact, normally when I make this, I use about 2 cups of rice, which is about 90 grams of carbs total. By replacing it in comparison with the rice cauliflower, that only had 11 grams of total carbs. Big reduction there without sacrificing any flavor or taste in this classic traditional dish. Classic traditional, it's the same freaking thing. I'm sure I'm gonna get some hit the like button or leave us a comment and go ahead and subscribe so we can see you in the next video here on the Idea Plate. The dish to be very bitter. If you don't want to use any bitter, okay, y'all, this jambalaya turned out fantastic. Leave us a comment, hit the like button, and go ahead and subscribe so we can see you in the next.